Hello, welcome to another video. Today, as you can tell from the title, I am bringing you my March TBR. I realise it's a little ways into March now, but better late than never. Same thing I said with my February wrap-up, which was also a bit late, but here we are. I'm bringing you them now. In February, I had a really good reading month, and I would love to continue that into March, so I don't know if this TBR is, like, excessively ambitious. It might be. So without further rambling, I'm just gonna get into showing you what I plan to read in March. If not March, then we'll see when it happens. The first thing that I would like to read in the month of March is one that I've already started and should definitely finish soon, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This was on my January TBR, my February TBR, my March TBR, but me and Jess are buddy reading this and we're actually very close to finishing it now, so should be able to do that. So yeah, Cinder is the first one. I've had Cinder on my shelf for the longest time, and me and Jess have been meaning to buddy read it and just never getting around to it. So super pleased that we finally have, because it'll be nice to get this one off my never-ending TBR. And so far, so good. I guess you'll have to wait until my wrap-up to know what I think for sure, providing that I actually finish it this month. But yes, that is the first one on the TBR. If you don't know what Cinder is, it's a Cinderella retelling with a sci-fi twist, the first book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. But I just kind of assume that everyone knows that, because these books are like mega popular. The next book that I would like to read in the month of March is again one that I've already started, but I'm not that far into it, and if you watch my vlogs you will have seen me talk about it in my Edinburgh vlog, and that is Blood Witch by Susan Dennard. In my February wrap-up I told you how I read Truth Witch, Wind Witch and Sight Witch and started this. Ideally I would love to finish it this month. I want to fly through it relatively soon because I'm so into this world. I absolutely adore it. I'm eager to devour what's left of this, which is most of it. I'm not that far. But yeah, this is just where all of my hype is lying at the minute. I want this in my soul. I'm in love with the Witchlands series. If you're not familiar with what the Witchlands is about, I can't tell you anything about this one or the second one, but the first one follows Sophia and Azilt. Sophia is a truth witch, Azilt is a thread witch, and they are thread sisters, so in that world that means they're like bound together. Thread family is like the family that your soul chooses, and they're thread sisters. And they get themselves into a lot of trouble because Safi is a truth witch and her magic is very secret, and if anyone finds out what she is, she's very valuable because their like world is on the brink of war, all of the empires and the truth is falling apart, etc. Lots of political intrigue. Love the world, love the magic, love the characters. So excited to get into this one, which is the third book in the series, the most recent release. Can't wait to gobble this up. Next is another long stander on my TBR that's been on my shelves for a really long time, well, since it came out, and that is Caravelle by Stephanie Garber. This has been on my shelf for so long, and let's face it, I've had no interest in reading it, otherwise I would have picked it up by now. I know there's loads of hype around it, I know loads of people really like it. I'm a bit apprehensive going into this, but I need to take part in a Fairy Loot read-along. I haven't done that yet, and they're hosting them for the whole series of this. I only own the first one, so this really will be the, like, telltale as to whether I get the rest of the series or not, but with the read-along happening for this, I would love to get into it and, you know, read a book that's been on my shelf forever. Or, alternatively, if it goes how I think it might go, find out that I'm never going to read it and unhaul it. Like, this is the decider for Caravelle. So, Fairy Loot are encouraging me to pick it up by having the read-along, and we'll see where it goes from there. This is like some sort of mysterious, elusive carnival thing. What's it like? It's only a game or something. So you can't, all the characters can't tell what's real and what's part of the performance, and stuff happens. I don't know, but yeah, I'll give it a go. The fourth book that I would love to get to this month is The Traitors Blade by Sebastian de Castell. This is the author of the Spellslinger series, which I'm totally up to date with. This is his adult series. That's really throwing my white balance off, isn't it? I now look really dark. This is more my skin tone. This just steals all of the white. Anyway, ignore that. This is his adult series. I don't know what this is about, nor do I want to, because I love Sebastian de Castel's writing so much in the Spellslinger series. I love that series tremendously. So my hope is that I'll love this one as much too. I don't know what it's about. I know this one's called The Traitors Blade, and I know it's the first book in the Greatcoats series. Otherwise, I'm going in pretty blind, and I would like to keep it that way, just because I'm excited. If his first series is anything to go by, I'm looking forward to some great world building, some great characters, and some funny moments. But yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually diving into this. Also, it's floppy, and like, hello, yes please. Now this is where me being overly ambitious comes into it, because this beast came out recently, and I saw the size of it and just thought, damn, that's terrifying. And it is. The size of this scares me immensely, but I want to read it. I really want to read it. I've seen nothing but fantastic things about it. I really want to read it. I don't know what it's about other than there's a dragon rider and like a queen that can't have an heir or something, but it's like epic fantasy with a ton of female characters, and I'm just so into that, and the cover's gorgeous. This dragon on the back, I think, is the prettiest part, and it is on the back, but love it. I love it so much, just the design, I mean, reading it physically is gonna be like a workout, because this is huge. I want to get to it. I've got 4 days off work, the 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th of March I've got off work, so my plan is to do nothing but sit and try and read this in those 4 days. Do not hold me to that, because I will probably fail, but I'm gonna try. So yeah, this is overly ambitious. I'm completely aware of that, but something about this at the minute is just dragging me in. It's probably the hype, just something. So I'm gonna give it my best shot. And then the last book that I'm gonna put on my March TBR is going to be one from my backlisted TBR jar. Now you might be thinking, what the fuck is that? Well, it's this. I did film a video of me making this and like explaining all the books that I put in, but like watching the footage back is so boring, so I really don't know if I'm ever going to upload that. Tell you what, let me know if you want to know like what everything in here is and why I put it there, and I'll see what the like ground is like, because honestly it's so boring, because essentially I don't know anything about these books, or for some reason they're just not calling to me, and essentially the reason behind this is the book's last chance. If it's in the jar and I pull it that month, I either read it or unhaul it. This is the last chance for I think there's 30 books in here, because they're books I've had on my TBR for ages or I've acquired somehow and just don't care about. So if I don't read it the month that I pull it, that is the sign that I'm never going to read it, so I might as well get rid of it. So really it's a choice for me to then make if I pull it and think, ugh, I'm just going to unhaul it, rather than read it. But I'll make that choice in the month, if you get what I mean. Like, the month is its last chance. Essentially, this is why I think that video is so boring, because I explained that so many times. If you get it, you get it. That's the gist of this, but that video would explain what every book is. Let me know if you want to see it. Let's get to the point and just pull a book. Let's go for this one. This is the one that I'm going for. There we go. What is it? It is Spindle Fire by Lexa Hillier. Ta-da! Spindle Fire by Lexa Hillier. There you go. That's on my March TBR. We'll see if I get to it or unhaul it. But this book is one that I thought sounded pretty cool. And then forgot everything about and just haven't looked at it on my shelf since. So here it sits. And now I will either try and read it or unhaul it. We'll decide. From what I can remember, I think it's some sort of Sleeping Beauty retelling, especially with spindles on the title. Oh yes, I see the word Aurora. Okay, so it might be a pretty close retelling. We'll find out, because it's on my TBR, so I'll put it on the TBR shelf, which, if you were ever wondering, is this shelf. This is the shelf that I put my month's TBR on, and then books I've read in that month go there, so if you ever wondered what this shelf was, now you know. Anyway, that little slip can now go in the bin, because I've pulled it. I'll either read it or unhaul it. Anyway, that is my March TBR. Whether I get to it all, who knows? If I get to more, who knows? But that's the TBR that I'm setting. I'm drawing the line with hand gestures there. Wish me luck. What are you reading in March? Are you reading more than me? Probably. Even if you don't think you're reading more than me, you probably are because I suck. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and I will see you next time. Or if you watch my vlogs, I'll see you there because I vlog every week. Okay, something's wrong with me. I need to go. Bye!